In the heart of a forgotten town, nestled deep in the woods, there lay an old abandoned mansion, weathered by time and encroaching foliage. For decades, the building had stood as a somber sentinel, its history shrouded in darkness and secrets that dared not be uncovered. The townspeople spoke in hushed tones about the mansion's grim past, a tale of tragedy, betrayal, and a mysterious curse that befell anyone who dared to set foot inside. One gloomy autumn afternoon, a group of adventurous teenagers, their hearts pounding with excitement and trepidation, decided to challenge fate and explore the decaying mansion. Among them was Emma, a young artist with a penchant for the enigmatic and macabre. Her soul craved inspiration, and she sensed an opportunity to draw from the mansion's haunting aura. As the group approached the imposing structure, a chill wind rustled the crimson and golden leaves, warning them of the malevolence that lay dormant within. The dilapidated facade loomed before them, its windows like soulless eyes peering into their very souls. Undeterred, they pushed open the creaking front door, unleashing a musty smell that seemed to seep from the building's very core. The interior was a labyrinth of decay, each room whispering of forgotten memories and untold sorrows. Emma's heart raced with excitement, her imagination ignited by the potential tales she could weave from this decaying canvas of history. As her friends roamed through the ground floor, Emma felt inexplicably drawn to the upper levels, where the darkness seemed to thicken like molasses. Ascending the dilapidated staircase, Emma's steps were muffled by the thick layer of dust that clung to every surface. Her fingers brushed against the faded wallpaper, as if seeking to unlock the secrets hidden behind the peeling layers. Her heart thumped in rhythm with each step, a mixture of curiosity and apprehension fueling her ascent. At the top of the stairs, she noticed a faint glow coming from behind a large, cracked mirror. Her curiosity piqued, Emma gently removed the tarnished glass, revealing a hidden door that had been concealed for who knows how long. It felt as if the mansion itself was inviting her into the unknown, teasing her with the promise of dark wonders. Tentatively, she pushed the door open, revealing a dimly lit chamber unlike any other room in the mansion. The air was heavy with the scent of age-old secrets, and her breath caught in her throat when she saw it, a painting unlike any other she had ever encountered. It depicted a hauntingly beautiful woman, her visage an enigmatic blend of allure and despair. But there was something unnerving about her, an uncanny gaze that seemed to follow Emma's every move. As the candlelight flickered, the woman's expression appeared to shift, hinting at emotions that transcended the confines of the canvas. Emma found herself captivated, drawn into the depths of the artwork's soul. It was as if the painting held a story of its own, a tale of love and loss, of joy and suffering, waiting to be unraveled. In that eerie moment, Emma's heart was ensnared by the painting's spectral pull. Mesmerized, she reached out to touch the artwork, and at that very instant, she felt a shiver crawl up her spine. Unbeknownst to her, the cursed painting had already cast its shadow upon her fate, weaving an intricate web of malevolence that would ensnare her life and those of her friends in a nightmarish embrace. Little did Emma know that her encounter with the painting was merely the beginning of an unearthly odyssey, one that would blur the lines between reality and the supernatural, and plunge her into a world of horror she could never have imagined. The cursed painting had found its new victim, and the threads of destiny had been woven, tightening their grip with each passing moment. Unknown to Emma and her companions, the mansion held a tragic past, one that had spawned the malevolence embedded in the painting. As the group descended further into the mansion's depths, they would come face to face with the unforgiving forces that sought to claim their souls. Emma's artistic endeavors would take an ominous turn, and her friendships would be put to the ultimate test. The haunting had begun, and there would be no escape from the cursed painting's grasp. From the day Emma brought the painting into her home, an unsettling air gripped her small apartment. The once cozy and welcoming space now seemed veiled in an intangible darkness that clung to every corner. Strange sounds echoed in the silence of the night, whispers that seemed to come from beyond the veil of reality, unsettling the very foundation of her sanity. Emma's cherished artwork, once filled with vibrant colors and lively scenes, seemed to wither under the curse's influence. Her paintings took on a sinister tone, revealing grotesque images of torment and despair that manifested from the depths of her subconscious. It was as if the cursed painting had ignited a malevolent spark within her soul, warping her artistic expression into a haunting reflection of her inner turmoil. As the days turned to weeks, the curse's insidious grip tightened around Emma's life. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by restless nights plagued with haunting nightmares. In these dreams, she found herself trapped within the very painting she had brought home, an unwilling participant in the spectral world of the woman whose image haunted her every waking moment. The woman in the painting, once a hauntingly beautiful figure, now appeared distorted and grotesque in Emma's dreams. Her eyes held a profound sadness, and her spectral voice whispered sorrowful laments that echoed through the dark abyss of Emma's subconscious. Try as she might, Emma couldn't escape these ethereal nightmares, which grew more vivid with each passing night. As the curse seeped deeper into her existence, Emma became increasingly aware of a sinister presence within her apartment. Objects shifted on their own, doors creaked open and shut without a breeze to guide them, and cold drafts seemed to whisper chilling secrets as they brushed against her skin. Emma's heart raced, her senses on high alert, but her friends dismissed her experiences as mere figments of an overactive imagination. Yet, the paranormal phenomena persisted, tormenting Emma's mind and exacerbating her isolation. Friends who once gathered at her apartment now grew distant, unable to withstand the eerie ambience that seemed to cling to the very walls. Emma's desperation grew, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she was somehow being watched, monitored by unseen eyes that reveled in her growing distress. As the haunting escalated, Emma sought solace in her art, hoping that painting would provide an escape from the encroaching horror. But her canvases betrayed her, as if they were now conduits for the cursed painting's malevolence. Each brushstroke seemed guided by an unseen hand, crafting morbid scenes that spoke of suffering and anguish. The lines between reality and the spectral realm blurred as Emma's grip on her own sanity wavered. She questioned her own perceptions, wondering if the curse had broken down the barriers between the living and the dead. The apartment's walls seemed to close in, suffocating her with an oppressive atmosphere that refused to relent. In her desperate search for answers, Emma sought the counsel of experts in the occult, hoping they could free her from the malevolent force's clutches. But every attempt to break the curse proved futile, as the sinister entity seemed to feed on her fear and desperation, growing stronger with each attempt to banish it. As the months wore on, Emma's once vibrant spirit withered, and a haunted emptiness replaced the spark in her eyes. She felt like a mere vessel for the cursed painting's darkness, a puppet manipulated by a force beyond her understanding. Her former passion for art and life was now overshadowed by an all-consuming dread, a dread that seemed destined to consume her entirely. Little did Emma know that her struggle was far from over. The haunted mansion and the cursed painting held secrets that transcended time and space. The spirits of those who had fallen prey to the malevolence sought to draw her deeper into the abyss, revealing a truth more sinister than anything she could have imagined. As the curse tightened its grip on Emma's life, her once promising career as an artist took a sinister turn. The galleries that once eagerly displayed her work now turned her away, unable to stomach the haunting darkness that oozed from her canvases. Critics panned her creations as macabre and unsettling, further isolating her from the art world she had once cherished. Emma's circle of friends, already thinning due to the apartment's chilling atmosphere, grew even smaller as they struggled to comprehend the depth of her torment. Those who remained were torn between concern for their friend and fear of the inexplicable forces that seemed to surround her. Emma felt the weight of their unease, yet she found herself unable to break free from the cursed painting's malevolent influence. The haunting's toll extended beyond her art and friendships. Emma's health began to deteriorate, with sleep deprivation and unending anxiety taking a toll on her physical well-being. Dark circles formed under her eyes, and her once lustrous hair lost its shine, as if drained of life by the relentless grip of the curse. In her quest for answers, Emma delved into forbidden tomes and ancient grimoires, seeking any scrap of knowledge that could help her break free. The pages of arcane wisdom revealed tales of malevolent spirits and vengeful souls bound to cursed objects, and Emma couldn't help but draw parallels between these tales and her own nightmarish reality. A glimmer of hope emerged when she stumbled upon the legend surrounding the abandoned mansion. The tale spoke of a vengeful spirit, a scorned lover who had taken her own life within the mansion's walls. It was said that her spirit had infused the cursed painting, waiting for someone to set her free. The pieces of the puzzle seemed to align, and Emma realized that she had unwittingly become the key to the spirit's liberation. The more she resisted, the stronger the curse grew, feeding on her fear and vulnerability. But deep within, she sensed that the spirit longed for release, trapped in an eternal cycle of torment and anguish. Armed with newfound determination, Emma embarked on a perilous journey to confront the vengeful spirit head-on. The mansion, with its rotting corridors and ghostly echoes, called out to her once more, beckoning her to the heart of the curse's origin. With each step she took, the weight of the past pressed down upon her shoulders, threatening to crush her resolve. As she stood in the very room where the spirit's tragic fate had been sealed, a spectral figure materialized before her, a sorrowful, ethereal woman with eyes filled with anguish. Emma's breath caught in her throat, but she couldn't look away from the apparition that had haunted her dreams for so long. The vengeful spirit's ethereal form flickered, shifting between moments of agony and glimpses of the love she had once known. Emma's heart ached for this tormented soul, understanding the depths of her despair and the cruelty of her fate. The spirit's eyes locked with Emma's, conveying a plea for salvation. With trembling hands, Emma presented the cursed painting to the apparition, offering her a chance at redemption. As the spectral woman reached out to touch the canvas, a surge of energy coursed through the room, and the air crackled with otherworldly power. In that haunting moment, the woman in the painting and the vengeful spirit merged into one, their souls intertwining in a dance of sorrow and release. Emma's heart pounded, feeling the weight of centuries of pain and suffering pass through her as if she were a conduit between two realms. The room trembled, and a blinding light enveloped Emma, blurring the boundaries between the living and the dead. She felt herself slipping, losing grasp of her physical form as she ventured into the realm of spirits. Voices echoed around her, whispers of forgiveness and gratitude, as if the tormented souls had found peace through her act of selflessness. When the blinding light subsided, Emma found herself back in the decaying room. The cursed painting lay empty on the floor, its malevolent force banished forever. But as she stood there, her mind clear and heart heavy, she knew that the journey was not over. The horrors she had faced had left indelible marks on her soul, and the spirits of the cursed mansion would forever linger in her memories. The cursed painting, now stripped of its malevolence, was returned to its place within the abandoned mansion, hidden away from the world once more. The mansion's secrets would remain shrouded in darkness, a testament to the darkness that could consume even the bravest souls who dared to delve into the unknown. Emma emerged from the mansion, forever changed by the harrowing experience. She bore witness to the thin line that separated the living from the dead, the light from the dark. Though the curse had been lifted, she knew that the horrors she had encountered would forever haunt her, reminding her of the price of curiosity and the danger of dabbling in forces beyond comprehension. And so, the cursed painting found its way back to the old mansion, its secrets buried deep within the walls, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to awaken the malevolence within, a malevolence that could never truly be erased, only passed on to the next unwitting victim. In the aftermath of Emma's encounter with the vengeful spirit, the atmosphere within her apartment seemed to lift, as if the curse had been expelled along with the malevolence in the painting. The haunting whispers and chilling drafts disappeared, replaced by an eerie tranquility that sent shivers down her spine. Yet, beneath the surface, Emma knew that the horrors she had faced were not entirely vanquished. In the weeks that followed, Emma's life took on an air of normalcy, but the memories of her ordeal lingered like a lingering fog. The traumatic events had left deep scars on her psyche, and she found herself haunted not only by the vengeful spirit but also by the questions that remained unanswered. What had caused the mansion's curse, and who had painted the malevolent portrait? Determined to uncover the truth, Emma resumed her research into the mansion's history. She delved into dusty archives and long-forgotten records, seeking any clues that might shed light on the origins of the cursed painting. The town's elders, reluctant to speak of the mansion's dark past, reluctantly shared fragments of the legend passed down through generations. The mansion had once been the residence of a wealthy aristocrat and his beautiful wife, Isabella. Their love story had been the envy of the town, until tragedy struck. Isabella's heart was captured by a young artist who had been commissioned to paint her portrait, and their forbidden affair ignited a firestorm of gossip and jealousy. As the affair blossomed, the aristocrat's suspicions grew, and he began to follow his wife's every move, consumed by jealousy and rage. Discovering the lovers entwined in a secret embrace, he flew into a fit of uncontrollable fury. In a fit of madness, he took Isabella's life, staining the very walls of the mansion with her blood. In the wake of the tragedy, the heartbroken artist painted a portrait of Isabella as a testament to their forbidden love, a painting that captured her beauty but also bore the weight of her untimely demise. The artist's anguish and Isabella's vengeful spirit seemed to infuse the artwork, forever linking their fates. As Emma pieced together the puzzle, she felt an eerie connection with Isabella's tragic tale. She could almost feel the tormented woman's presence lingering around her, a spectral reminder of the curse she had unwittingly unleashed. It was as if Isabella's restless spirit sought solace in Emma, the only one who had dared to confront the truth behind her untimely end. Haunted by the revelations, Emma's artistic endeavors took on a new purpose: to capture the essence of Isabella's story, to immortalize the tale of love and betrayal that had been trapped within the cursed painting. Her brushstrokes became a testament to Isabella's pain, a visual lament for a love that had been lost to the tides of time. As she immersed herself in her art, Emma noticed subtle changes in the atmosphere around her. A faint glow sometimes emanated from the corners of her studio, and soft whispers filled the air, as if unseen spectators watched her every move. Isabella's spirit seemed to linger, a benevolent presence that sought to guide rather than torment. With each stroke of her brush, Emma felt herself growing closer to Isabella, a bond formed by shared pain and sorrow. The cursed painting that had once consumed her was now a conduit for a bittersweet connection with the spirit that had once been trapped within it. Emma couldn't help but wonder if her art had become a beacon of hope for Isabella's restless soul, a chance at redemption she had never known in life. Word of Emma's new artistic direction spread, drawing the attention of art enthusiasts and paranormal investigators alike. Her studio became a gathering place for those seeking to witness the haunted art firsthand, to experience the presence of Isabella's ghostly spirit. Emma's once isolated life was now surrounded by an eclectic mix of people, each seeking their own glimpse into the supernatural. As the haunting phenomena intensified, Emma's friends and family grew increasingly concerned for her well-being. They warned her of the dangers of delving too deep into the paranormal, fearing that she would become ensnared in the curse once more. But Emma remained resolute, unable to abandon the connection she had forged with Isabella's spirit. Among the curious visitors to her studio was a reclusive paranormal researcher named Dr. Alexander Blackwood. His expertise in the occult and the supernatural piqued Emma's interest, and they struck up an unlikely friendship, united by their shared fascination with Isabella's tale. Dr. Blackwood shared his knowledge of paranormal energies and the intricacies of spirit communication, but he also cautioned Emma about the delicate balance between the living and the dead. He revealed that the cursed painting, once emptied of the vengeful spirit, acted as a beacon for other restless souls, an invitation for malevolent entities to cross over into the mortal realm. Emma's heart wavered, torn between her desire to understand Isabella's story and the fear of inadvertently unleashing a new horror upon the world. As she grappled with her choices, the mansion's cursed history seemed to reach out, its spectral grasp tugging at her sanity and resolve. Emma's friendship with Dr. Alexander Blackwood deepened as they continued their exploration of the mansion's cursed history and Isabella's tragic tale. The enigmatic researcher shared more of his own experiences, revealing that he had encountered malevolent entities drawn to the cursed painting's residual energy. He urged caution, warning Emma of the potential dangers that lurked in the shadows, waiting to seize any opportunity to manifest their malevolence. As Emma grappled with the weight of responsibility, she couldn't ignore the overwhelming sense of duty she felt towards Isabella's tormented spirit. The connection they shared transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead, intertwining their fates in a cosmic dance of redemption and release. Driven by a sense of purpose, Emma devoted herself to uncovering the mansion's hidden secrets, hoping to find a way to break the cycle of malevolence that had ensnared Isabella and countless others. The mansion's dusty library, with its shelves lined with forgotten tomes, became her sanctuary, and every page she turned brought her closer to the truth. Within the decaying volumes, she discovered a long-forgotten ritual, a desperate attempt by a grieving soul to liberate a loved one's spirit from the clutches of darkness. The ritual required a selfless act of sacrifice, a willingness to bear the burden of another's pain and suffering, and a heart filled with unconditional love. Realizing the profound implications of the ritual, Emma's heart quivered with both fear and hope. To free Isabella's spirit, she would have to willingly become the vessel for her pain, allowing the vengeful memories and sorrows to seep into her own soul. It was a gamble with her very essence, a path fraught with peril, but Emma was determined to confront the darkness head-on. She shared her discovery with Dr. Blackwood, who cautioned against such a dangerous undertaking. But Emma's resolve was unwavering. She had seen the depths of Isabella's pain, felt the weight of her torment, and she knew in her heart that she was the only one who could grant the vengeful spirit the salvation she sought. As the night of the ritual approached, Emma prepared herself mentally and emotionally for the impending confrontation. The mansion, with its labyrinthine halls and forgotten echoes, seemed to whisper its foreboding warnings, but she pressed forward, knowing that this was her chance to break the curse that had plagued her life. The eve of the ritual arrived, and the mansion's atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation. Dr. Blackwood and a select few who had witnessed the haunted art's influence gathered in the decaying chamber where the cursed painting had been discovered. The air crackled with the tension between the living and the spectral realm, and Emma's heart pounded in her chest. As she stood before the empty canvas that once held the cursed painting, she could feel Isabella's presence, a sorrowful whisper echoing through the depths of her soul. Her eyes met Dr. Blackwood's, and she nodded, silently acknowledging the gravity of her decision. With practiced precision, Dr. Blackwood began the ritual, calling forth the vengeful spirit that had once been trapped within the cursed painting. The air seemed to shimmer as the ethereal figure of Isabella appeared before them, her spectral form a blend of sorrow and longing. In that haunting moment, Emma felt an inexplicable sense of calm and clarity. She welcomed Isabella's spirit into her being, willingly embracing the pain and suffering that had kept her bound to the mortal realm. As the memories of Isabella's tragic fate flooded her mind, tears streamed down her cheeks, but she refused to look away, knowing that this was the only path to liberation. The room trembled with an otherworldly force, and the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred once more. Isabella's spirit merged with Emma's, their souls entwining in a dance of redemption and release. The mansion seemed to sigh, as if relieved to witness this selfless act of sacrifice, an act that transcended the darkness that had haunted its halls for centuries. As the ritual reached its crescendo, the cursed painting glowed with an otherworldly light, as if acknowledging the power of the sacrifice. In a blinding flash, the malevolent energy that had once consumed the artwork dissipated, leaving behind an empty canvas, a symbol of the curse finally broken. When the light faded, Emma stood before her friends and Dr. Blackwood, her eyes a mirror of the sorrow and wisdom she had gained from her journey. Isabella's spirit was finally free, her pain and anguish released into the ether. Emma had fulfilled her destiny as a conduit of redemption, breaking the cycle of darkness that had ensnared Isabella and so many others. But the cost of this salvation weighed heavily on Emma's heart. The selfless act had taken its toll, leaving her drained and forever changed by the burden she had willingly borne. Her friends gathered around her, their expressions a blend of relief and concern, and they embraced her with a newfound sense of understanding and respect. As the group made their way out of the mansion, Emma couldn't help but glance back at the place that had been the epicenter of her torment and redemption. The mansion's facade, once foreboding and mysterious, now seemed touched by an ephemeral light, a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice. In the days that followed, Emma took solace in her art, creating pieces that reflected the journey she had undertaken and the strength she had discovered within herself. Her work no longer exuded the haunting darkness of the cursed painting but instead blossomed with an ethereal beauty, a celebration of the eternal bond she had forged with Isabella's spirit. As the years passed, Emma's story and the tale of the haunted mansion became the stuff of legend. Visitors and tourists flocked to the town, drawn by the allure of the mansion's tragic past and the enigmatic artist who had confronted its malevolence. Emma's paintings found their way into galleries and museums, captivating audiences with their haunting beauty and profound messages. But amidst the accolades and fame, Emma remained humbled by the journey that had shaped her life. She knew that the mansion's curse had never truly left her but had become an inseparable part of her artistic expression and her very soul. And so, the story of the cursed painting and the haunted mansion lived on, a testament to the enduring power of love and sacrifice, and a reminder that the most profound revelations often lie hidden in the shadows of darkness.